Have you ever been to a concert for your favorite band and just let the music take control, allowing the sound to pierce your very soul and turn your body into an instrument? Well, at least one guy did, and it is a horrific thing to behold. Some weirdo at a Korn concert was just caught jorking his hog. The sin that you just bore witness to is humanity's nature laid bare. This is man in its most primal, unfiltered form. Behold! Now, with the angle of the video taken here, I've seen some game theorists propose that he wasn't actually jelking and fucking playing the skin flute. He was actually air drumming. However, we have significant evidence to bust that myth. Also, speaking of busting, it is still unconfirmed whether or not he fully squeeged or if he was stopped before reaching climax. We have more footage here, I'm just showing you the introduction. Also, a fun fact here, this actually educated me. I didn't even know Korn and System of a Down were touring. That's pretty hype. I still like both of those bands quite a bit. Now, I don't think I would go there and beat my dick like it owed me money till I came while listening to Blind, but that is still pretty cool. I would be excited. Now we get an angle of other people around him, and it seems like everybody is now aware that this fucking freak is rubbing the magic lamp mid-concert here with no shame. And also, in the beginning, once again, to disprove the potential air drums explanation, someone shouts, "Ew," like immediately after he does something with his left hand and then starts going turbo mode with his right. I don't know what they would say ew to other than that, especially when everyone seems to be looking at this guy. Except for the people directly to his right, the group that has someone wearing the Attack on Titan scout garb, which is a very hype outfit, by the way. They are looking away from him. It looks like they're trying to, not see what is unfolding over there. I really think if this was a case of people just mistaking his air drumming for masturbating, there wouldn't be this many people focused on what's happening there, and security probably wouldn't have been called immediately. Plus, the ew, all of it seems to indicate this was not just like some kind of innocent thing that got misinterpreted. Eventually, one guy here gets fed up, so he drops in behind him like a boss fight and then punches him, which vaporizes his bandana. It basically just fucking despawns it. I don't know if, diplomacy failed and people were trying to bargain with him, pleading hey, put your cock back in your pants, please, I'm trying to watch the Korn concert. And he just refused to. I don't know if negotiations soured, so then this guy went down there to, put the kibosh on it himself. But he did ultimately end up saving the people in the seats below them from getting hit with some hail. And here's where the air drum explanation goes to die. This is the nail in the coffin. So, when they are taking him away, which he is very reluctant, he is gripping for dear life. He's like, I'm not fucking leaving! Not until I hear Freak on a Leash! Damn you, I'm sticking around! As the cops are yanking on him, trying to get him to budge, but he's not moving an inch. He is a bioorganic weapon right now. He might have cum on his hands. He might have cum all over him. Again, I can't find any reports on the status of whether or not a load was blown, but he was clearly in the process of doing that. Still not convinced? Alright, then how about this, partner? Explain Exhibit A. In the close-up here of the ne'er-do-well, you can see his pants are undone. Thus, I conclude that with his left hand he undid his trousers and then did the dirty deed with his right. I challenge you to explain his unzipped breeches. Also, I've air drummed before. I think we all have, especially like on the steering wheel when a real boner jam comes on. And of course, sometimes you're doing a little ham boning. Of course, we all know ham boning, and that can look a little suspicious for what's going on down there. But it's just ham boning. In this case, though, it doesn't really look like that. He's much more like up on himself. And based on everyone's reaction around him with someone shouting, "Ew," and his pants being undone, I think we can safely assume it probably wasn't some kind of, like, mix-up here, like confusing air drumming and ham boning for masturbating. That is not the proper technique, and in the words of J.K. Simmons from Whiplash, not my tempo. Also, I may not be like a body language expert. I can't analyze people's micro-expressions on their face to figure out their deepest, darkest secrets, but in that close-up shot of him, that looks like an angry man that did not ejaculate. That is the face of a man who was close, but no cigar. He got clobbered before he could finish, is my take on that. And then they carry him away like a corpse while Got the Life starts playing. And when Got the Life hits, by the way, you can see him throw his head back one more time. Maybe in that moment he reached nirvana and did finally bust. I don't know. Watching him be like crowd surfed by the police here where they carry him away like a Thanksgiving turkey is just, it's a crazy shot. Anyway, though, they ejected him from the venue. There's conflicting reports on whether or not he was arrested. According to one source, he was arrested and charged with lewdness, but they did, like, release him later that day. Also, according to some of the attendees, the man who punched him also got arrested for it. And I read some comments from people claiming to be some of the audience members that were there and witnessed it, and how upset they were, both at the disgusting act from this weirdo, but also very upset that the guy that stopped him got arrested. It's not super surprising to learn that there, because they take that kind of thing very seriously. Sucker punches can kill people, so they weren't just gonna let that slide, even though it was delivered to a fucking weirdo doing a horrible thing. But anyway, that's the story as of now. I guess we'll see where it goes from here. He hasn't made a statement yet, and there's only been that one report about, like, the arrest and everything. But anyway, one hell of a concert experience, that's for damn sure. That's really about it. Yep.